can see it. He's already hovering it for us, Achilleos.
I'm ready. My body is ready.
That's what the get it was at the start of this particular game.
Wanting to cast the old Pine Widowmaker, so maybe I will have the opportunity. It was robbed from me at I Am Gyeonggi. That was the that was the LW Purple roster. And I was like, oh yeah, LW Red's playing Pine. I get to cast him, and then it was Sabiolbi and Nanohana, which is still fine, you know.
Yeah.
Both extremely good players.
Look, if I remember correctly, they did quite well that tournament.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So in fact, they beat them all.
Yeah.
But now Pine, here we go. Looks like he will be sticking with this one. LW Blue overall just going to be running the 2-2-2. Meko coming back in on the Diva and Janice on the Winston. Not too surprising, but we do have Gambler operating in on this Mercy, so he can go ahead and boost up Pine. Make sure he's getting that maximum damage output from the Widowmaker. Won't be seeing. Actually, we do see this with the Zenyatta there for a second. I glanced over to the other side. But Luna will be operating on the Zenyatta side. Discord Orb plus Mercy Boost plus Headshot or even Body Shot, I believe, as Pop has been calculated, is 202 damage on a Body Shot. So this could be pretty devastating for the side of MVP Space, who will be opening up with a Widowmaker of their own.
Yeah, OneFact is actually going to commit to this one as well. So we have seen this before, and it actually worked for the attacking side a little bit more effectively last time.
Yeah. 2-2-2s across the board, but Yaki coming back through on the Genji. We'll see if you guys can have more impact this time around.
OneFact able to get a little bit of poke in here, but Pine just waiting for them to walk into his sights, as you can see. So far, very reserved play. Pine not wanting to give too much of an opportunity here, and you can see OneFact popped himself up, but nope. He's just got that defensive Diva. Hopefully get rid of it as MVP Space go aggressive round to the side. And they're going to be Janice diving on top of OneFact, and he's dealt with him, but have they used enough resources as Pine now free just to shoot where he can? There are kills going down on the point, but it looks like LW Blue are holding on nicely for the moment as Pine has to deal with this Diva jumping in on top.
That's fine. He can go ahead, just drop down to the low ground, at least for the moment. Getting rid of the enemy Widowmaker, opens him up to go ahead and get on the Snipester, but as I say that, pops his head out. Wasn't quite ready for that, pokes his head out and gets taken down, so OneFact does come up with the kill, but still, there's not going to be a push coming through from the side of MVP Space, especially with Undyne taken out. So they do get halted, but they got that burst tick coming through, so already starting things off a bit better compared to our first two maps for the side of MVP Space. But can they get the cap is going to be the question. Another full hold would be absolutely devastating for them. Sigilby goes in.
Goes very aggressive there as well, gets a bunch of his health back, but it is going to be the orbs from Undyne that's going to finish him off. And see, Yaki's actually going to get chased off. Sorry, Luna's getting chased off this one. Now has the Transcendence, but maybe a little bit late there as Gambler had already fallen down and was so close to the res at the same time. Kuki now just trying to bash everyone off the point, and this might be MVP Space's opportunity.
Yeah, they're coming back in onto the point now, but the self-destruct's coming through. Kuki has the barrier down. Go ahead and absorb that one, and Pine is shifted over onto the Genji and actually takes out OneFact on the back of the fight. So LW Blue, they're going to try to hold on to this one as best as they can. Second tick about to come through for MVP Space, and they get it, and they're just cutting their way through as Yaki comes up with multiple kills, but the res comes out from the side of Gambler.
Yeah, is it going to be enough, though, to grab this one? Because Sound Barrier does come in. They've got another self-destruct. Yaki's just holding on to that Dragon Blade as Sabiolbi pushed away.
There's no supports, though.
Oh, dear. Oh, my God. Nice shot there from OneFact.
That's going to be the cap. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
He's got to kill Luna off, and then they get the cap. So 5.5 minutes. Plenty of time here for MVP Space. Don't really have the ult economy to try to get the snowball going in on the point B.
More signs of life now as well from MVP Space. Just looks like they had more proactive thought about what they were trying to attempt.
But here we go. This is going to be the specialty here on the second point as Pine swaps over onto the Sombra.
15% built up on that EMP. It's underneath here, so Sabiolbi also holding off. Oh, wow, Pine just going to get torn apart there by Kuki. Could this be an opportunity for MVP Space to really impact this point? Yaki going aggressive, does have that Dragon Blade. Sabiolbi immediately picked off. He's able to get OneFact just before he goes down. Gambler's going to fall regardless. Yaki's doing some work as Janice there as well. He's going to get picked up by Daly.
Yeah, this is a big opening here for MVP Space as they pile in. First tick already coming through, but that's going to be EMP. Drop that from Pine, but he dies right off the bat. Transcendence here from Undyne, keeping his team alive, and they get Yolby as well. So MVP trying to keep this one rolling, but LW Blue are just chaining their way back in onto the point, trying to stop this from getting any more ticks.
Yeah, Mako doing the best that he can. He's got heals there as well as OneFact is able to take down Janice. This is looking good for MVP Space. They've still got 4 minutes on the clock as well. But it's taking a long time. Finally, it's starting to tick up, but stops once again. This is so close. But Pine is going to get taken out, and this should be it.
Wow.
MVP Space, what a dominant first cap.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, the triple support paid off really well. They put all their eggs into that basket on Hollywood for the side of LW Blue. This time they go for that, maximizing the Widowmaker with a Zenyatta, with a Mercy there to back him up. And Pine just doesn't really find the shots, which is surprising to say, for the most part. But comes up short on that first half, and very swift cap on point A. They don't get the immediate snowball, but they still are able to push their way in, brute force, shut down Pine on that Sombra, just surprising him with those kills.
It was just really nice work at the beginning just
EMP.
to follow up from one pick as well. I mean, MVP Space get one pick and then they pile onto the point and just stay there, right?
Yeah.
Excellent Transcendence usage as well coming out. So we'll see whether they're going to be able to do it again. No more Transcendence by the looks of things on the side of MVP Space as they are changing things up. Undyne considering the Ana. See whether they commit to that though. No more Widowmaker is going to be the option. Of course, everyone's sort of switching off towards the end of that first match, but okay, we'll see whether LW Blue can make more divey standard composition work.
It seems like they're just going to go ahead and stick in with this. I mean, basically the same comp that they ran, minus the Zenyatta.
Yeah, we see this a lot, though, from teams that are worried a little bit about, one of their more interesting options, they're not working. Just go back to super standard, but no, it's not going to happen. So Pine is going to consider the Widowmaker one more time, which is definitely exciting.
Yeah, I think for the opener here, this is okay.
He's got to prove himself, once again.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to go for, something like that, maximizing the Widowmaker boost on the attack here. So they just want to have Pine firing off from a distance, chipping down the members of MVP. But look at this, they're going to do something a bit cheeky as OneFact, Yaki, and Kuki are all just posturing very far forward. Should get that from behind flank, but actually this gets scouted out.
Yeah, Giannis already over the wall, and it's going to take a lot of damage, but at least figures out exactly what MVP Space were trying to do. Now, OneFact gets himself very far away from this fight, so Yolby doing what he can to scout out as well, understanding that they do have position up there over on the right.
Yeah. And Pine will not be operating on the Widowmaker, just go over onto that Genji.
Back.
So just going to be trying to out-duel Yaki there with those Dragon Blades. Has already been building up very swiftly. 41% for his Yaki.
Yeah, double the charge, actually.
Yeah,
what
so
Yaki's been able to find, yeah.
He's been doing some work here with his poking out. Play is very far forward. LW already starting to wrap around to the backside of this point as they try to get on top of it.
Yeah, claim that high ground, though, nicely. Not actually committing to jumping down just yet. As Yaki's going to take down Luna, this could put a big cork in the works for LW Blue. That's its second kill as well. Both of the supports just taken out by one Genji. OneFact's going to finish Giannis off as well as he tries to run away.
Yeah, nice little Sager pick, so that is going to slow things down here for LW Blue, who want to accrue as much time as possible in the time bank. 3:55, the finisher for MVP Space. They have so much to work with if LW Blue can complete the double cap.
Yeah, OneFact once again being frustrating. Sabyobi trading some bullets, but not exactly winning out on this one, as there's the nano boost coming in onto Kuki, buying so much space and pushing them all the way back.
Yeah, but
he's
fighting up a bit more
out.
than he can chew. Yeah, Luna snipes him out with the orbs, just hits him from a distance, and he tries to leap back. And now multiple ultimates available for LW Blues. They try to push back in. Pine, Dragon Blade, maybe ready to go.
Yeah, there's the Transcendence, but that's going to be the Pulse Bomb picking up a kill onto Undyne and himself there, unfortunately, for Sabyobi. But in goes Yaki. He's going to be the first Dragon Blade to go down. Pine still has his. It's unfortunate, but Yaki did a lot of work there. LW Blue torn up. Sabyobi, the only one there, and he's just not going to be tanky enough to hold on to that point, and they have to back away.
I mean, they just didn't get anything with that Transcendence. Luna pops that one out. They pick up, okay, they get the one kill. Undyne goes down for the Pulse Bomb, but Sabyobi kills himself in the exchange. Pine doesn't draw out the Dragon Blade. And then, Yaki, free to use his, no Transcendence to stop it, just swipes his way through, kills both the supports, and they'll maintain control over this. It's a minute and a half on the clock for LW Blue. who are suffering from a bit of a rogue syndrome, you'd have to say right now.
Yeah, well, I may have jinxed them super hard we intro this particular match, but here's the dive by LW Blue. Desperately trying to get on here as Pine throws down the Dragon Blade. Gets slept immediately, though. That is not where you want to be. As Sebiobi, with the help of that sound barrier, is trying to do what he can. Takes down Undyne quite nicely as the Primal Rages come out. Janus just trying to get everyone off this point. Self-destruct, not to find any kills, but does at least spread them apart. And Yaki's going to win the Genji battle. MVP Space is now their turn for the sound barrier, and they are answering back with a vengeance. Sebiobi doesn't find the kill with the pulse bomb. Is able to find it onto Closer, though. Is it going to be enough is the question. He's still being frustrating, and Janus is still doing work in this front line. Mako picking up some kills, but is it going to... No, it's not, because there's another nano boost coming out.
I mean, he doesn't even have to use the Dragon Blade. It's just a massive war of attrition that's being won out by MVP Space. LW Blue, they can't find anything. Don't even get a single tick on this point, on that push. They expend all of the ultimates that they had available to them. Will have none for this final push coming through, as it's just 20 seconds left on the clock. They need to finish this map to not lose it, to not give one over to MVP Space, so they can find themselves with that 3-0, with that very concise first place spot in this group. But so far, it's looking that it might elude them. But as I say that, Undyne goes down, but now Yaki with the Dragon Blade.
Yeah, they've just traded kills here as Yaki throws out the Dragon Blade. He's going to be able to slice through Closer. Sebiobi gets rid of the mech as well. So much defense missing as Janus falls down. Pine's dead. And this will be the hold by the looks of things on the side of MVP. No, they're not able to do it. LW Blue answering back.
They didn't notice one fact, right on the sidelines at the point, just hanging out with barely any HP. Buys them some crucial time. The overtime, of course, coming through as they will tick this up. They will get the cap. But still, LW have such limited time to work with. 4 minutes now on the clock. They will already be finishing this with less of a time bank compared to MVP Space. If they can get the completion, Yaki immediately swaps over onto the Sombra. We'll see how much more of an impact he can have compared to Pine, who just kept getting picked off. There are going to be some ultimates available for LW Blue, not quite in range of that massive snowball here. 4.B, they didn't have those staggered kills to really enable that, but they're already wrapping around the sidelines through the catacombs as a team.
Yep, we have seen this one before. Sebiobi is going to jump right onto this point, though. Dragon Blade comes in from Pine. He really wants to try and get this cap as quickly as possible, but Kuki, able to get a kill already. And look at that from MVP Space. They get rid of 3. The answer still there, but Sebiobi's going to fall down. One fact going to be able to chase everyone out of there. So first attempt, not quite going to work here for LW Blue.
Yeah, I mean, down but not out yet here, LW. They only invest the one ultimate from the side of Pine with the Dragon Blade, who actually swaps over to a Sombra of his own. So going to be looking for that very aggressive play. As I say, that Yaki does now have his ultimate available. 5 in the inventory here for MVP Space, with a 6th on the way as Closer nearly has the sound barrier. Will buy them a lot of time, but LW, they're pretty much going to be matching here as Pine just starts trying to chip up where he can and get his EMP rolling for himself. But already 2.5 minutes on the clock. Need this completion to get close to completing that 3-0.
Yeah, MVP Space, just so many ultimates though available now. W Blue did have an opportunity where they just didn't have them charged up last time around. Yaki just looking for an opportunity for this EMP. Yeah, possibly. Throws it out just in the sideline here. Just buying some time for MVP Space. Only 2 minutes left on this clock, and you know that you're feeling confident when you're just happy to throw out an ultimate in the middle of nothing, but it is going to be a pickoff here by Sebiobi. Impossible opportunity now.
Yeah, they try to 1-for-1. They do get looted in the exchange, so no Transcendence means that they can't really stick in onto the point, be entirely reliant on that sound barrier, and the Zenyatta's going to be very slow to rejoining the team. So now LW Blue, they're going to be ready to go with 6 ultimates here as Pine does get the EMP up and ready. But it's into 5 of MVP. If they lose this fight, they probably lose the map.
Oh, well, last-ditch effort. They do get onto the point here as there is going to be that EMP available. Pine holding onto it for the moment, just waiting, biding his time, but isn't really the smartest move. They do get the sound barrier down. Transcendence is in there, though, in response here from LW Blue. They're holding on to so many of these ultimates, and they have at least claimed a point for now. Pulse Bomb comes out. That's going to be Kuki taken down in Primal Rage. A possible opportunity now for LW Blue to really make some damage on this point. Gambler's going to grab one, and could they have done it? They're already halfway through.
They get rid of Yaki, and now it's just going to be them stringing back in Just one at a time trying to get back in on top of the point, but it's so close. They already have the 2 ticks coming through.
Yeah, they got the front line right on there,
desperately
though.
wants this.
Yeah, a lot of big bodies now on the point on the side of MVP Space as everyone is starting to respawn. Low health bars, though, as Sabiolbi is doing the very best that he can. Oh, One Factor so close to falling down, but survives, and that's going to be Luna picking up the kill in the end. But have they bought enough time? Look at this point. It is stacking up so quickly. Oh, Sabiolbi, nice pick off.
I mean, the further they take this down, the better it is for MVP Space at this point. They probably realize that they're likely not going to complete this hold. There still is an opportunity for them, but there you have it.
Really nice self-destruct there at the end just to make sure no one could be on the point. That is going to be that, but you're talking about comparing time banks, Achilleos.
It's a minute, you know. That's all that LW Blue have. So they were able to pull off that full hold on Hollywood point A. Can they do it here for Temple of Anubis to keep their hopes alive? Is really going to be the question. 3-0 still within their reach, but it's been pulled considerably further away from them by MVP Space, who, you know, has finally looked alive on map 3 on Temple of Anubis when it's really down to the wire.
That attack phase for MVP Space was absolutely fantastic.
I mean, and their defense was also just very strong. So it's been good overall from MVP Space, running the clock all the way down like that there on point B as well. So good stuff from them, but you know, is it too little too late? If they win this map, maybe then they get that that mental strength issue that they claim that LW Blue suffers from. Maybe that tilt starts coming through and LW drop a couple more maps and suddenly you're in game 5 and a reverse sweep is possible, but they still need to finish it right here. If they can't do that, then it's all for naught. LW Blue or MVP Space will be falling out of first place.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and a 3-0 is so important as well, just given those standings. You get so many points ahead of MVP Space at the same time here for LW Blue. They still have to do it. They've only got a minute right now, so you'll be already going up aggressive. No, it's just the classic dive composition here by LW Blue. It's what worked last time around. No Widowmakers to be seen on either side. MVP Space very defensive, but still does have same sort of comfort idea.
I mean, it worked, but you have to remember how long it took them to get this to work. It was minutes, and right now they only have 30 seconds ready to go with no ultimates as they start building up and getting cookies. A nice start.
Yeah, they are going to be able to pick one up, and look at this. They're already right into the back line. Not quite able to pick up these kills. Good sleep under Sabiolbi.
There's no one there to finish them off, however.
Yeah, Luna is going to be traded here, so LW Blue, they're going to lose theirs at the same time. Yaki off on the back end, and Close is going to get the boop kill onto Sabiolbi as well, so a lot of the damage is now missing. Pine just trying to get out of here. Yaki is going to pick up that kill quite nicely, and that could be just that right here, Achilleos. MVP Space.
Let's get in here. Meko already dives in the backside, goes very low, and that's going to be leap in as well from Janice as they still just keep getting closer and closer to these ultimates, but it might be too little too late. Already 2 going down as Meko and Ludo fall in the fight. Jenna still sitting in here, but gets taken out right as I say that by One Fact, who's dashing around on that Tracer. They get Sabiolbi. That should be all of the delay tactics from the side of LW Blue.
Yeah, overtime is going to tick down, and MVP Space are going to get one on the board. 2-point cap that looked so good on Hanamura the first time we saw MVP Space. And now once again on Temple of Anubis. So congratulations, they are once again alive. And look, if that tilt problem that they were mentioning about LW Blue is actually a thing, I can see the look in your eyes right now, Achilleos. You are worried, my friend.
A little bit of concern. I mean, again, we thought that the King of the Hill maps were going to be the big ones for the side of MVP Space to pick up the wins. But now Temple of Anubis looking like it might be it for them. Might finally have that victory on the board. There's still an opportunity that LW could hold this one off, but
it's only one tick. And they've got 4.5 minutes. I know we were celebrating a little bit early, but this was a task that MVP Space were pretty good at. First time we saw them, only moments ago.
And really, I'm not sure which it is. If LW Blue can hold off for so long, is it just that LW Blue is so good that they can hold off for 4.5 minutes, or is that the MVP Space is so bad because they've basically been handed a stack?
Yeah, that's a good point. As casters, we should probably look at the positives. There's always 2 sides of a coin, Achilleos.
There is. It keeps landing on tails, though.
Well, One Fact gonna hop back onto this Widowmaker. LW Blue just sticking with what was working the best for them.
Which isn't saying much.
No.
Unfortunately.
On this particular map. Yeah, Hollywood, absolutely fantastic as Yaki dashing around. Pine and Yaki just battling it out once again, but look at this. Yaki's just all over it this time around against Pine.
Yeah, and one fact is already just sitting in this high ground, has no real threats, as he already spots Meko sitting down onto that low ground, and Jens as well is pretty contained, so he's just free to go ahead, snipe out where he can, maybe get a pick onto somebody like Luna or Gambler, really open up the map.
Well, Meko is going to be able to pick up at least one. Yaki dashing all the way forward right now. That is going to be the mech taken. One fact is going to be the one to grab kill credit for that, as Yaki in trouble, but does survive. Gets some heals there as well. LW Blue reclaiming the point. Janice is going to be able to take down Yaki in the end, so nicely done. They keep themselves alive. It's fine. Oh, nice. Brilliant deflect.
Yeah, really good.
Headshot.
Stops out. One fact there. LW Blue, they hold on for now. Have a couple ultimates coming through. Luna's especially is going to be absolutely crucial for that zone control with the Transcendence, just keeping everybody topped up. Meko is still not in the mech, but he will have it very shortly.
MVP Space need to try and get that Transcendence out if they can before Yaki does have that Dragon Blade, because that could be massive denial. We've seen it already this series.
It's going to be a big backside wrap around here. One fact just moved over onto the Tracer. So high ground going to be obtained. And MVP Space still 2.5 minutes just about to play with. They can just poke out where they can, try to build up for, perhaps a Nano Blade as Yaki's at 80%.
Well, they're on the point now as well. Discord Orb is going to be utilized there onto the Tracer, but Sabiobi unable to confirm the kill. Pine grabs one fact though. They are eventually able to take him down. Remember, it's only one tick. And LW Blue are playing so far away from this point. Undyne going to be taken down as well, so Pine really finding his eye. Grabs a third one. Has that Dragon Blade available, but doesn't need to use it here as everyone on MVP Space has to scatter. LW Blue now with 5 ultimates. And this is looking more possible than it was before, Achilleos. 2 minutes now.
I mean, again, it's just going to be a big amalgamation of ultimates being thrown at each other. And one team will come out the victor is what's going to happen here in the next 2 minutes, as they just keep building up. Nearly 5 here for the side of MVP Space, having that sound barrier. It'll be a nice delay, but Luna has also held on to the Transcendence.
Oh, there is the Dragon Blade thrown out by Pine, but is he going to fall immediately? Undyne's going to be the one to go down, and there's the heals. He survives, but isn't able to utilize the rest of it. Transcendence does come down, but is it going to be enough to stave this one off? Meko does take down Kuki, so the front line really suffering. That's going to have to just be everyone running away on the side of MVP Space. They're doing their very best to try and reset this one as quickly as possible.
It's good staggers here. Daly goes down right at the end, so he's not going to be up for several seconds, so this just buys more and more time for LW Blue. They do invest 2 ultimates there, however, the Dragon Blade and the Transcendence, which means that LW Blue are going to be that much more susceptible to Yaki's Dragon Blade cutting through them, because they will not have that Zenyatta keeping everybody safe, keeping them topped up. So MVP Space are still going to be pushing forward here with 6 ultimates. LW Blue have to outplay the hell out of them with what they have available if they want to come up with this victory. We'll see if they can do it. The sound barrier comes down from both sides.
Yeah, we got the self-destruct coming in as well, trying to get them off this point. You can see it's not ticking up just yet. Yaki's able to take down Gambler. That could be it. Yanis was slept here on the backline as well, as LW Blue getting caught up. MVP Space. Oh my god, the double kill with the self-destruct, and that's going to potentially bring it home. They only need that one pick off. The tick is so close, and they just have so many more bodies on this point, and that's going to be it, MVP Space. They do bring it back, but I was worried for a moment there, Achilleos, because LW Blue were looking decent halfway through that, but with 6 ultimates, the fact that one fight, they knew all they needed was to grab a couple of these ultimates out. We don't invest them, you do. We've got a minute to grab that point with an ultimate advantage.
Get it.
All right, here we are, Route 66, potentially final map of this series. LW Blue do have it in their hands. Finish it off, but MVP Space may have just gotten into their minds. They may have infiltrated, they may have done it. May have been their plan all along. That's why Hollywood was so incredibly fast. They knew that if they were going to do this, it was going to be a reverse sweep.
It would be
an
so
odd
impressive.
choice.
It'd be so very impressive for MVP Space if they could pull this one off. I mean, granted, the reverse sweep not going to net them too many more points, but this would still solidify them in that first place spot, move them to that +4. And, you know, the likes of LW Blue, they would suffer quite a bit for it. But all comes down to this now. It's basically, well, I'm going to have to say that for every map that gets played, since their backs are still against the wall. But they can close out Route 66. Really, that mental strength play that they talked about during that intro video might just come through. No Widowmaker going to start things off here from Pines. Just going to be opting in for this Genji yet again. So seems like we're going to have pretty standard comps, but
super forward positioning actually from MVP Space as well, as you saw them in that card.
And we've seen this punished very heavily in the past. You know, think back to the Rogue series, playing up around that payload. They get stomped out, leads to the loss.
I'm not actually going to lose anyone here though, just going to fall back. Wanting that high ground advantage is one fact. He's thrown out there as well, so nice move from Janus, gets himself right in there.
Still no triple DPS to be seen. So both these teams just wanted to play it safe, have that double support, double tank line, just try to keep things safe, keep people topped off and be able to get absorb the damage.
Yep, so Yobi is going to grab the first pick of this one though. It's going to force MVP Space back just a little bit. This cart continues to move forward. One fact on that high ground, but not quite able to find the picks that they want. Look at this, MVP Space getting pressured all the way out already. From this corner is not one that you do want to defend, but we do see point A defended sometimes.
This should be a last-minute defense coming through here. You'd expect from the side of MVP Space. I'm going to try to buy as much time off that clock as they possibly can, but Sabiolbi tosses out the pulse bomb. Find anything.
Just yet. Yeah, builds up the Dragon Blade here as well, but doesn't need it. He's going to be able to grab a couple of picks. The mech's going to fall down, but that's all Yaki can claim here on the side of MVP Space, and that's going to be the team wipe. LW Blue. I don't feel very much tilt at all at the start of this particular attacking phase of Route 66.
It seems like Pine is definitely one of the ones that isn't suffering from that, as well as Sabiolbi there on your screen. Pine already Dragon Blade ready to go, showing some conservativeness, holding on to that one, not knowing that he doesn't need to pop it to confirm that push on to point A, but they already start working their way through streets. They push so far forward, containing MVP back towards the spawn, and still come up with a couple of kills. So this just buys them even more time to keep that payload rolling up through towards point B. 4.5 minutes on the clock, and they have a plethora of ultimates to pull from.
Yeah, Janus just using that Primal Rage to guarantee all of that extra space. One fact does throw out the tack visor. Doing what he can, but there's the answering Transcendence. Sound Barrier comes in on the side of MVP Space, but they're already moving back. One fact, trying to keep himself alive. Yaki's able to pick up 1 kill onto Luna. This may stave off LW Blue. Nice shot there onto Janus. One fact. Getting a couple. That was good. Yaki is going to fall, but Undyne is going to be able to avenge him immediately. An orb to the face, so MVP Space now finally able to claim control on the streets here.
They get the stop, but they still have limited ultimates to deal with. Daily having that self-destruct is going to have, the zoning potential to keep them away from the payload. But LW Blue still that Dragon Blade there from Pine. Very well can see that through. From now it's going to be Sound Barrier.
Look at the picks immediately coming in. That flank was beautiful. So Yolbi is able to take down the ape and actually gives him a wave there as well. He did use the Dragon Blade, but it was certainly worth it. MVP Space do have to get out of here.
Yeah, Daly just trying to buy more time. Gets popped out of the mech, gets taken down.
They've actually staggered himself, though, unfortunately, as Yaki trying to run.
You talk about staggering yourself, like you recall. You have to go even further into enemy territory, so now he's just so very far away from the payload. And this is just going to keep rolling into the station. 3 minutes on the clock, basically at point B at the moment. LW Blue having a very strong time on attack so far.
Yeah, looking really, really good. Another Primal Rage to come out here from Janus. Already down to about half health.
This is fine because he's trying to keep them contained inside of this garage, to start things off here as that payload just keeps pushing forward.
Yeah, attack visor from One Fact, but not going to be able to find too much with it. Gambler takes down Daly. However, One Fact is getting thrown away. Yeah, look at that. Pine just going to get himself in there. So Yolbi as well is going to pick up the kill onto the front line. Sports dying left, right, and center, and LW Blue. There's only one little diva to stop them. That's going to be that second point. So easily here for MVP Space, for LW Blue.
And this is just really great posturing from the side of LW. They know exactly where they need to fight. They just keep MVP completely contained indoors, away from the payload. It rolls up slowly but steadily. They They get the cap, and now they have 4 minutes, on the clock to work with. And as soon as that one comes through, 3.5 now, as they start rolling up, but they still have more ultimates than MVP space. So it's been really good usage from the side of LW overall, and just excellent team fighting and straight target selection across the board.
Closer will have that sound barrier available, and Transcendence is going to come out on the side of MVP space. Undyne, it was an odd decision. They were able to get one pick off of it. That is such a big ultimate to just use like that when Pine has that Dragon Blade available.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the big one that you really need that Transcendence for. So only getting the kill on the Janus, definitely not worth it for the Transcendence investment in MVP space to just continue to suffer from their usage of their ultimates like we saw in the first 2 maps with the Fall in Hollywood. That was the big critique.
Yeah, Sebiobi with the flank once again are going to use both sides sound barriers. Not too much more to be gathered out of this though. Sebiobi just continuing out on this side. Doesn't want to get killed by that self-destruct. Both of them actually going to get thrown in there as Pine is able to grab the kill onto Closer.
Actually kills him with one Vax Helix Rockets to flex him back in, taking him out.
I was very confused by that. There's the boop onto Daily though, and look at this. LW Blue just tidying up. Pine's going to throw down the Dragon Blade. They really actually want to just push this all the way down. Yaki's going to be able to grab that one, but Sebiobi answers it straight away. And look at this. They're on the fast track with this payload.
I mean, they're so close. The members from MVP space still respawning.
There's the pulse bomb, gets the stick, and that's going to be close to falling down. Janus is going to grab Kuki there as well. This payload is still moving, and they've got 2 minutes as well. That's so close. Yaki with the Dragon Blade, but he's not able to grab too many kills. LW Blue still just tearing them all up, and it's now desperation on the side of MVP space to try and get onto this point. Mech's gonna go down. Luna is just throwing orbs at everyone, and it's so easy. Everyone dying on the side of MVP space. They file onto this payload, and that's gonna be it. Yeah. LW Blue able to get that full push.
There's only so much you can do. You have basically the delay from the mech exploding and the baby diva coming out of it as it gets destroyed. Like, that buys you a couple seconds. You have one fact there, trying to buy some time with the Tracer, but overall, with 2 minutes left on the clock, LW Blue, they had so much room, could have just went for eco pushes if it came down to it to finish it out, and even if they didn't get the completion, it was essentially a full push that had to come through from the side of MVP space. So they were pretty much set up to have to go the distance anyway, but they completed, they have time in the bank, and now LW Blue can invest fully in this defense to try to close it out right here. They wanted the 3-0, it was taken from them by their poor play on Temple of Anubis, but that was a fantastic attack from them.
Yeah, and they rallied so beautifully well as well.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, the target selection was wonderful, using the usage of their ultimates, not wasting them really. Yeah. And you cannot say the same from MVP space. Undyne burning out on that Transcendence, only to find a kill onto Janus, was just so very crucial to open up for Pine on that Genji with the Dragon Blade. So MVP space, look alive on Temple of Anubis, but it seems like every other map, they just kind of fall back asleep.
Now we're going to see Pine on that Widowmaker as well, so see whether he can redeem himself there like he did on his Genji play on attack. Because we know what he's capable of. See whether it is going to happen. Looks like LW Blue with a lot more defensive posturing. We did see on successful defenses of Route 66 on Tuesday. Not going to be putting themselves all the way forward, but I like the fact that MVP space at least mixed it up, even if it was unsuccessful. 10 seconds to go. We'll see what MVP space decide to sit on composition-wise. Probably see that Hanzo come out for the Sonic Arrow just to scout. Not going to be able to find anything though, as LW Blue are most certainly just chilling at Big Earls for the moment. Okay.
Starting to come through here as they work their way up. So MVP space just going to keep things consistent. Pine playing very aggressively forward here on the low ground. Going to get these snipes off. Won't get much. Gets a couple shots through in on the Kuki, and with the help of Sebiobi, they do take him out to open up on the fight already. So LW Blue with his forward posturing, it's already starting to pay off for them.
And if he's getting boosted here as well, he's able to do so much damage to the mech. So you can see him targeting tanks, but it's actually working out just fine just with the amount of raw damage he does, even with a body shot onto the big tanky members. Takes a lot of damage there, but is going to be kept alive with his Pocket Mercy that's just hanging out.
Yeah, has the infra vision down now, so there's no hope really of flanking him. He'll be able to spot everybody. But when there's so many people running at you, there is a certain fatality to it.
Sebulbe's going unchecked. Pine is taken down, yes, but they're investing so much into just trying to do that. LW Blue have killed a whole lot more of MVP space. Daly takes down Luna as a consolation as Sebulbe. Look at him. He's unchecked.
I like Kuki just trying to back himself into the corner, throws in the bubble to keep himself safe, keeps himself alive from Sebulbe. So actually does buy time and gets a hell of a lot of ult charge over to his healers. But Pine, point blank, right in the back of the dome.
Yep.
Onto one fact, takes out the Tracer. That's just an execution shot.
Got a self-destruct coming in, but he's able to get Sebulbe somehow. Just didn't quite know where it was going to land, I don't think, on the side of LW Blue, but he should still be okay. They're able to get a lot of picks in that fight. There's, I believe, the res just utilized onto Sebulbe just to keep him here. He's had a bit of an MVP performance this particular round, so I could understand investing that ultimate onto one person.
Yeah, they do bring him back up. And he's got that pulse bomb ready to go as well. Pine nearly having another infra sight. There we go, that'll do it. Snipes out, Undyne takes him out. And this is just going to be devastating for the side of MVP space. They do have a couple of ultimates to work with. The sound barrier will buy them some time to get in onto the payload, but the rollback's already happening, and they've only gotten it halfway to point A and have less than 2 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, Infravision, actually really helpful here for Sebulbe as well, who's just so mobile.
Straight into the backside there.
Can they actually get much done with this? No, they're not. Looks like it was just eaten there. Sebulbe out through the back, but MVP space now coordinated. They've got 4 ultimates to use as they jump onto this payload. But good positioning now. We've got the Primal Rage coming out from both sides, actually, as Janice and Kuki both throw them down. They're battling on the wrong front here. LW Blue just backing off, just letting them use these ultimates if they want to. Time is ticking down. 1 minute to go. Self-destruct is there. Not going to be able to get any cheeky kills on the side of LW Blue this time.
Doesn't find anything, but Luna does go down here in the exchange, but they find Kuki, so still that tanky front line's not going to be there for MVP space, and they're still just past halfway.
And LW Blue has another res available as well. Transcendence comes in. Luna just making sure that they can buy as much time as possible. 48 seconds. There's a self-destruct, but not going to get lucky as Daly this time around.
Yeah, not going to find anything. Still just playing forward, trying to get onto this payload, trying to keep things moving. But yeah, Yaki opening things up, has that triple kill with the Dragon Blade before he gets taken out. But that's 4 members dead on the side of LW Blue. Just now respawning is Luna and Pine as they try to get back here. MVP space could be a decent opening for them, trying to get that payload in onto point A. But still, they're being delayed by Sebulbe as he takes out one fact.
Pulse Bomb has to be avoided, but is successfully there by Kuki. They're still pushing this payload as Daly, he's getting pushed back. Sebulbe's trying to get rid of this D.Va. Very, very close. Sebulbe just snaps back, gets that health back as well. LW Blue make it back onto this payload. They do not want to give this one up.
4 meters to go, but even if they can cap this, it's still going to be an overtime. They have to make it all the way to the end of this map. So MVP space still backed into the corner, and they're still suffering losses as Pine pops out Daly, getting him out of that mech. Several members falling low. Pine finds Yaki, winning out on that Genji battle, dashing through, helps take out Undyne. Now looking for closer, if he could just lock him down. He's being elusive on
MVP space just have
Lucio.
No more members left, though. As closer, he's going to get taken out. There's a Primal Rage here from Kuki. He's going to use it now. That he's just one monkey against the world, trying to keep MVP space in this. One fact is there, but he's so squishy, can't get onto this point for long enough, and Pine is going to grab it, and LW Blue. No reverse sweep for MVP space this time around. That was a beautiful, beautiful turnaround to what was a pretty awful Temple of Anubis.
Yeah, the Temple of Anubis was really bad. Poor play, especially from the side of Pine, but turns that around here.